All right, y'all, tapping in. Another day, another dollar. It's like 5:30. Popped up at like 4:15. So you know I'm tired as hell. But I'm about to get this day started. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw my boots on, throw my hoodie on. We're gonna head out the door. I'm gonna bring y'all with me. Tap in. All right, y'all. As you can see, you can hear the birds chirping. Sun ain't even up yet. But we out here moving and shaking, man. Ay, ay, ay. I'm trying to get this day over with. Tired as hell. It's probably about to get dark in this car. So I'm gonna tap back in a minute. So you know the best part about having tent, especially in Philly, is two things you gotta know about me. I'm low key and I move strategic. And I ain't even warm with nobody, but we in Philly, so you know how that go. Not too many, I had this car 2 years, right? Very select few people know what my car look like. And you're not gonna see who inside, cause my tent black as shit. You gotta be strategic out here, man. Right now it's empty though, I'm coming across Broad Street. I mean, usually this thing will be like lit up, cars going everywhere, people trying to catch the bus. But it's dead out here, besides the few stragglers that's getting up trying to get to work. But, you know, what can you do, man? What can you do? Gotta make a living, gotta feed the babies and shit, but, you know. I woke up this morning, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I woke up this morning, I hopped right on Indeed. I woke up a little earlier than I needed to. And when I tell you, boy, I hopped right on Indeed. I'll be wondering sometimes, like, yo, is there such thing as a perfect trucking job, right? But then I guess that applies to all fields, whatever you do for a living. They're that perfect job between work-life balance, not waking up super duper early. I don't know, with the good pay, and then you can still be home. I don't think it's out here. Now, if I had to sacrifice one thing, I don't mind working 10 hours a day, right? I really don't mind 10 hours a day, especially driving a truck, because everybody know 10-hour shift in the truck don't really feel like 10 hours, opposed to you being in a warehouse and you standing on your feet, whatever. You gonna feel that whole 10 hours, but in the truck, 10 hours ain't really like 10 hours for especially if you know, driving for like 3, you stopping, you gotta unload something, then you got a 3-hour drive back, you know what I mean? And like balance it out, chop it up a little bit. But the pay gotta be there, man. Something gotta give. And you know, these is like spur of the moment, Wednesday morning thoughts, you know what I mean? So hopefully it's not too negative, but I'll be giving it to y'all real time. So most of my videos is how I feel in the moment, or hindsight. And right now I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. But, you know, part of being a man, and if I got any women watching, any females, a part of being an adult, I'll say, is, you know, you got to do stuff that you don't feel like doing, what you don't really want to do, you know? They used to have a saying when I was in school, and they said, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. So that's the game I'm running with right now. So I got like 15 minutes until I pull into this joint, so I'm gonna tap in with y'all. All right, y'all, so we made it to the truck, and let's see where we going today. We are going to, there's no clip, we are going to North Branch, New Jersey, Shuts Containers, 200 Aspen Hill Road. So that's what it is. So I'm about to go load up, and I will tap back in with y'all. I really think I'm turning into a job hopper. Like, I seen it when I first came in the truck, and they'll be like, yo, don't job hop, stay at one job. You want to stay at one job, don't start job hopping. But bro, you gotta, I feel like, to me, you gotta hop around to find out what you like and what you don't like, right? So I went from over the road, like, I got a lot of experience in this little year and some change, like a year and 2 months. I got a lot of experience in different things. So I kind of know what I like and I know what I don't like. So I went from over the road. So nobody can ever tell me, well, give it a try. I gave over the road 10 months of my life driving tanker. Okay, that was cool. I liked it, but for the long term, it wasn't me. No fuss. Then I went to regional. I tried regional, and honestly, I think I might go back to regional. I've been thinking about that for like the last couple of days. I really might go back to regional, out 5 days, home on the weekends. If I want to stay out a little longer, I might do that. I tried regional, and that was drive-in. Now, in the grand scheme of things, trucking is trucking, but it's the little shit that, you know, kind of ticks me off. And it might be smarter to somebody else that probably been driving and reefer and all that. But I hated sliding tandems, bro. I cannot stand sliding tandem. Maybe because I never had to do it, but it's just so, it's like that one extra step that I never feel like fucking doing, especially when I'm in a rush. I'm just trying to get up, do my pre-trip, get my paperwork and route. Now you telling me, all right, I gotta hop out, I gotta slide a tandem. Like, it's real small, real minuscule, especially all you know with sliding tandems is probably like second nature to you. But to me, being a tanker guy, I hated sliding tandems. So, I mean, that's my little pet peeve on drive-in. Other than that, it was cool. But then I came here local. And I'm doing pneumatic tankers. Now, local, the whole time I'm thinking, yo, local where it's at, local is what I want to do, local is who I want to be. And I'm not going to say that local is not where it's at, and I'm not going to say local is not where I want to be. Like I said, I've only been doing this 5-6 weeks, so I'm still technically getting used to it. But, you know, I don't like the aspect that I'm waking up 4 o'clock in the morning every day, right? I don't like that. And these pneumatic tankers are fucking dangerous. They are fucking dangerous, bro. So I told y'all, I ain't never insert that picture like I said I was, but I might insert it here. But I told you the first time I did a load, I had a bunch of product just shoot out at me at a crazy ass, with crazy force, mess my whole side up. So that was crazy. I was talking to another driver. So everything is pressurized with these pneumatic tankers. So, and it is your fault, but still, that's a little bit risky. He takes the cap off, and it was like a tiny little bit of pressure in that tank. Just enough for when he took the cap off, boom, it shot him in his chest. Took the wind out of him, almost died, pretty much. Fractured something up in his chest. And then the first story they tell you when you come in is about a lady who was unloading the trailer, and the same thing, all the pressure wasn't out the tank. She takes the lid off, boom, all the air just comes out, but it was so much force that it threw her across the street and she died. So pneumatic tankers are definitely dangerous, and I've had my share of burns and nicks and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not saying it's a hard job once you get used to it, but, you know, hold on, let me put my seatbelt on. I'm gonna take it right back in. Yeah, so it's all about preference. So back to what I was saying about the job hopping. You have to job hop, bro, especially when you know you don't have to, and you might be lucky enough to just stay at one job for a long time and love it. So I'm not saying job hopping is a must, but if you really trying to find that perfect balance between what you're looking for, you're gonna have to job hop, because a lot of these companies lie to you. I did find that out. I used to hear that all the time on YouTube. These trucking companies, they lie to you about what the pay might be. So that's why you really gotta read. You gotta ask these recruiters specific questions. Like, before you call them, read their ad, because most people gotta go on Indeed. You gotta read through their ad real carefully. And the more you start to apply for jobs and you start to get jobs, you'll know what to look for. And you know certain little lingo they use, and it's like, all right, no, y'all bullshit. Like, I ain't not. But after you read through that info, write questions down. Write all the questions down. Think about everything that you didn't like from your previous job. You write those down. Well, at the last company, they did this. Let me write that down. Do y'all do this? Or how do y'all maneuver around this? Ask those specific questions. Just, that'll save you a lot of time. Because I'm not saying job hopping is, ideal. If you do it right, like in the past, not even just trucking, but in the past, I had a real bad, I call it an immature way of, I don't like the job, I'm quitting, and I'll just figure it out from there. That's not what you want to do. No matter how frustrated you get, it's just, that's not the right way to do it. Obviously, you want to, all right, you find something you don't like, and you might your mind up there, all right, yeah, this is not for me. You stick in there, and while you sticking in there, you put in apps, you talk to these recruiters, You go on interviews, you go take your drug test, and then once everything is signed and sealed, you make that final decision. Like, all right, now, and that gave you some more time to think about the job because you was working it. Because, you know, hiring process take like 2, 3, 4 weeks. So in that time frame, you might have changed your mind. You might have got used to the job and you don't want to leave. A lot of things can happen. But if it comes to the point where, okay, you know what, everything's signed and sealed with this new job, I'm out, you give them 2 weeks notice or 1 week, however you want to do it. Give them your notice like, yo, I'm leaving. I thank you for the opportunity. I found something else. I mean, you can lie. I don't know what you want to tell them, but just, you know, tell them what it is. That'll give you 2 weeks. So now you never really took a hit in pay, right? That's one thing they do tell you in Prime. They said, I forgot the numbers they said, but the amount of time that drivers stay out of work from switching jobs at the end of the year, it add up to like $10,000 or something like that. So to negate that, you want to make everything a smooth transition, right? Everything a smooth transition. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not saying I'm leaving, but I'm definitely looking until I find that one job. It might have to be regional. It might have to be another local job that's, you know, paying me a little more for the work I'm doing. I don't know. But, you know, that's just my rant. But I'm about 10 minutes away from this rail yard. So I'm trying to hurry up. They actually got me doing a full load today. So what I mean by full load, yesterday I came in and all I had to do was, they had a loaded trailer. I just had to connect to the loaded trailer and take it to the customer. Prior to that, I was just preloading. So I'm just loading up the trailers and dropping them back in the yard. This time I'm actually doing a full, you know, enchilada. So I gotta go to the rail yard, I gotta load up the truck, then I gotta go to the customer, I gotta unload the truck, and then I gotta come back. So that's like the full spectrum of the job. So hopefully everything goes smooth today. I got confidence in myself, so I should be good. But you know, I'm gonna take y'all along for the ride anyway, so y'all gonna see how I make out. So I just hit traffic, so I'm gonna tap in with y'all when I get some more motion. All right, so we made it. I just gave the guy the paperwork, so we are waiting for him to get it okay. And then we are loading into those big silos up there. So I'm gonna connect my hose. Well, that's the 6-inch. Connect the 4-inch into there. And it'll probably take like an hour and a half to get everything in the tank. So, you know, hopefully we won't have no hiccups, everything goes smooth. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna tap in. All right, y'all, so I got about an hour and 20 minutes to burn for real. So I'm gonna just continue on what I was talking about earlier, right, in the video. So, like today, for example, I got in at 6:30, 6:45-ish, right? Woke up dumb early. And I probably won't get back. It's looking like a 4 o'clock day, 4 o'clock, 4:30 day. Now, since I've been here, it's definitely the longest day I've had, right? But granted, majority of those days were with a trainer. So y'all know how when y'all first come into a job and when you get paired with a trainer that's been doing it forever, yeah, they make the job seem like it's sweet. Y'all get off at a decent time, everything goes smooth. And then when you get on your own, that's when everything starts getting goofy. So I think a couple things that held me up was I had a split load. So that means I had to empty out one compartment in a rail car, go back to the weigh station, get weighed, and then to find out I didn't have the right weight, so I had to go back to the rail car and clean out another compartment, got my weight on that one, go back to the scale house, talk to them people, wait for them to give me the okay, and then I gotta go across the lot to another rail car, get my weight on that, go back to the scale house to check my weight, and I was still 1,000 pounds off. So I had to go back and get that extra 1,000 pounds, go back to the scale house, weigh up, then go back to the rail car to pick up all my equipment, because you don't want to pick up your equipment before you know you got your weight, or else that's taking longer. So once you know you got your weight, you go back to the rail car, you disconnect, you get all your tools, and then you can head on your way. So I didn't get out the rail car until like 9:30, right? So that's one. I talked to dispatch yesterday, and I asked them, like, yeah, well, how far is the run? And they said it's about 60-something miles. So I'm like, give or take like an hour. I get in the truck, and that's probably my bad, because I probably should have just, I knew the address. I probably should have just, no, I didn't know the address. They didn't have the paperwork ready. But they told me about an hour drive, 65 miles. I get here today, I type in the address, it's a 2 hour and 5-minute drive. So I'm like, damn. I'm pulling out 9:30. I arrive here at 11:30. Then I gotta sit around, wait for the shipper. So now I'm finally unloading. It takes like an hour and a half to unload. So I'm looking at like, it's 12, maybe like 1:30 I'm getting out of here, and then still take that 2-hour drive back. Yeah, I'm a little dirty. But that's like 3:34 clockers, right? If everything go right and I don't get hit with traffic. So I said all that to say, back to the job hopping situation. If you're gonna be having these long days and you're gonna be doing all this work, I'm not scared of hard work. I'm not saying be scared of hard work, but you definitely want to make sure it's worth your while. That's my whole thing. Make sure they paying you what you want to be paid. And if it aligns with your pay rate and you don't mind the work you do, then all by means, go for it. Benefits is right and everything. And I just feel like I'm at the place right now where I don't know if I'm looking for a unicorn in this trucking industry, but I'm really trying to find a job that has nice work-life home balance, that'll pay me what I want, and you know, I'm not breaking my back, right? You feel what I'm saying? I don't think that's too much to ask, but I already know I'm gonna get a lot of people on this video telling me, well, yeah, you want money, but you don't want to stay out. It don't work like that. You might be right. So y'all can say that right now. You might be right. But I understood coming back local or regional, I was going to take a pay cut. But I'm not asking to make like $1,800, $19,000, $2,000 a week. I ain't gonna say I don't need that. And if they got that out here, I'm on it. But you know, give me a cool $1,500, $1,600 a week. I don't think that's too much to ask for local. $1,500, $1,600, $1,650, $17, little shit like, or regional. I feel like that's more reasonable for regional work, like 16, 17, 18. You can get that doing regional and you home, you know, fair amount of time, every weekend or so. But I feel like local, they gotta be out there. And I realized I'm on Indeed this morning too. While I'm loading up, I'll be on Indeed. And I did realize a lot of the things, like I do see a lot of local jobs, $35 an hour, $37 an hour in my area, but they want 2 years experience. So it's funny because I'm still playing the experience game where it's like when you first get to CDL, everybody tell you, all right, well, just get over that 1 year hurdle, and that's when you're gonna start writing your own ticket, which is true to a degree, but it's like playing a video game. Yeah, you got that 1 year experience, but you ain't unlocked all the characters yet, right? So I gotta go a whole nother year if I really want to get dug in with the local work, and that's when you start seeing the $1,700, $1,800 a week, and they're not bullshitting either. That's the thing. Like, you really gotta talk to these people. They're not bullshitting. A lot of people on Indeed, they'll say 16, 17, 18. That should be cat, bro. Yeah, 16, 17, 18, 1,900, 2,000 if you get the miles, if you do this, if you do that. And then the miles don't even be there. So you can't even always, you can't all the time look at the CPM or how much they, unless they giving you a guaranteed pay minimum. That's why I like the regional job I was at. They had a guaranteed minimum of $1,650 minimum, bro. I don't care what you do. You are making $1,650 every week. You couldn't beat that. Only thing about that is, like I told y'all, the commute would have been too crazy. So, you know, that didn't work out. All right, so tapping in, y'all, tapping in. Made it through another day. All's well that's in well. All's well that ends well, right? So I made it. I'm standing on what I said in this video, man. You got to look for what you want. Never stay at a job or a company just because you're scared of getting that label as being a job hopper. No, these companies at the end of the day don't care about none of us, right? So if you find a better opportunity, jump on it. Don't ever just sit there because you don't want to be labeled a job hopper or you scared to move, you getting comfortable. Never get comfortable with less money. At the same time, we out here making wise decisions. You know, we want to be patient as well. So don't take this with a grain of salt. Don't be jumping, job hopping. But if you know the pay in your field and you know you can get more, that's like a life hack, bro. Why not just jump the step and get to the job where you know it's paying more? It just makes sense to me. But at the same time, I will say attitude is everything. In the beginning of this video, I kind of woke up. Y'all can tell I wasn't really feeling it. My vibe was off. I mean, negative thoughts, going back to negative thoughts. And 9 times out of 10, when you wake up and you having negative thoughts, you feeling negative, those negative feelings will carry out throughout the day. So, you know, try to stay positive. I mean, we all human, so we all get those moments, but moving forward, we're gonna try to stay positive. We're gonna get this money. We're gonna live righteous, and we're gonna live a full life. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all in the next video.